Hey, what is going on, guys? So we'll be taking a look at this 3100mAh battery case for the iPhone 6. This is from a company called ZeroLemon. I have previously reviewed two other cases from them, but those are just regular cases. This is, of course, a battery case, so if you're interested in their other cases that aren't battery cases, you can go check those out on my channel if you're interested. But anyway, this is just, of course, the packaging that this battery case comes in. ZeroLemon has very similar packaging for all their cases, so if you see my other video, then you are familiar with this packaging. Anyway, this battery case is overcharge protection. It is a slim profile. I'm not so sure about that one, but it of course extends battery life because it's a battery case, and it has LED indicators on the back that shows you how much charge is left. There's 25% for each LED. And then, yeah, I've already used this case for a bit, but we'll go ahead and unbox it on camera again. So you just open this here, and you have another ZeroLemon logo here, and then you open this part. Then you have the actual case, a little card asking you to review their product on Amazon and about their 180-day warranty. So there is a 180-day warranty, which is really nice to see. And then we, of course, have the case itself here. And other than the case here, we have little adapters, which goes in the headphone jack, because this, of course, extends the length of the iPhone 6. So you will need this to kind of go in here and use that. I mean, it does work with some headphones, but which I'll show you later on. But anyway, there's that. And then we, of course, have our micro USB charging cable for the case, as well as your phone if your phone is in the case, and an instruction manual on how to use this, which isn't super important because it's pretty basic. But anyway, you know what these two things do. Of course, this charges the case as well as your phone if your phone is in the case, which is a standard micro USB charging cable. And then we have a little adapter here in case your headphones are not compatible with your phone while it is in this case. So anyway, we'll go ahead and install this case. To do so, you want to kind of pull these two pieces apart. It's a little difficult. It's very, very difficult to get off of your phone when it's on your phone. But anyway, you have this piece here, and you want to just take your phone and go ahead and slide it in. One thing worth mentioning is that this does work with an iPhone 6 glass screen protector, because that's what I'm using right now. So if you are wanting to use this with a glass screen protector, you are able to do that. So then you just put this case in there, and then you just kind of snap this hard plastic piece around it, which is not too difficult, and then you can just snap around all the sides, and then it's nice and secure. Now the hard part is actually removing this once it is inside of the case. Alright, so you just kind of put your fingernails in here, and you have to push very, very hard in order to actually get your fingernails in. Once you do that, you could get the case to pop open a little bit like so, and then you just pull the back off like this. And then, yeah, you do not want to pull too much on your phone, because that'll either break your phone or the case, as I was doing, so that's not good. But anyway, that is how you remove the phone from the case. It is very, very difficult to remove, so that is one thing I do not like about this case, is that it is very difficult to remove. So anyway, I guess we'll put the phone back in here. And yeah, so to start out with the case, you can see that it does add a bunch of thickness to your phone. This is a battery case, so that is to be expected. You can't really find any super thin battery cases because it just has a giant battery in here. It is almost double the iPhone 6's battery, so if you did that without adding a bunch of bulk, it would be very, very impressive. And other than extending the thickness of the iPhone 6, it also extends the length and adds quite a bunch of weight. That is my least favorite thing about battery cases, is that it's just how bulky they make your phone. This one is nothing different. If you are purchasing a battery case, then you probably know this, that it is going to add a lot of thickness and length to your phone as well as weight. So the iPhone 6 has a very, very slim profile, so making a not totally ugly battery case for it is pretty difficult, and I'm not sure this one did too good of a job. However, there's not really anything they could do better, just because it does add quite a bit of battery life to your phone, and it doesn't add too much weight, thickness, and length, but it still adds quite a bit, and that's a little too much in my opinion, so I personally don't really use battery cases. However, like I said, if you are in the market for a battery case, you probably know that these do these things, and so this one isn't special or anything like that. It still adds the length, thickness, and all of that. One benefit to the added length is that now the speakers are actually on the front of the phone, so if you are laying your phone down on a table or something, the sound will actually come up from the top of the phone. As you can see, the speakers are here now, rather than coming from the bottom of your phone, which wasn't a very good design on Apple's part. Phones like the HTC One and stuff sound a lot better because they have the speakers on the front of the phone, and that is what this case will do for you. It will make the phone's speakers sound quite a bit better, just because they're coming upward if you have your phone on the table or something, rather than coming from the bottom of your phone. If you are for some reason in love with lightning cables, then this is not a very good case for you. A, because your phone is very, very difficult to get out of this case, and so you wouldn't really be able to charge the case and the phone separately with much ease. And I say this because this case actually converts the iPhone 6's lightning port into a micro USB. I personally don't think this is a bad thing, just because micro USBs are much more common and cheaper than lightning cables, and you probably have one for cameras, speakers, a bunch of different things. So rather than having to have one cable that only charges iPhones, you can use any micro USB cable to charge your phone and this case, which I personally don't think is a bad thing. But if you for some reason don't have any more than the one micro USB that is included with this case, and you have a ton of lightning cables or something, that is something to keep in mind, that you will not be able to use lightning cable with this case. Due to the length that this case adds, your headphone jack is now way down there. So as you can see, that this is the bottom of the phone and this is the bottom of the case. So there's that much difference between the headphone jack and the opening for the case. So if you would like to use an oddly shaped headphone cable or something like that, then you will need to use the included adapter. However, here I have the Apple EarPods and they work just fine, so you can go ahead and plug them in and they fit all fine and well, as you can see, so you won't have any problems with some headphones. However, if you are wanting to use some that have like an L shape or something like that, then you will definitely need to use the adapter that is included with this case. So other than, of course, the change in a port and the change of the headphone jack, all of our other ports are pretty well cut out. As you can see, there is a decent switch for our mute switch. It's a little hard to access. You kind of have to put your finger, a little bit in there. However, it is manageable. I wish they made this opening a little bit bigger, but you just kind of have to struggle a little bit if you were going to unmute or mute your phone, which isn't something you do super frequently anyway. So it's not that big of a deal. And the covers for the volume rocker as well as sleep wake button feel a little cheap, just because they are connected in the very middle and there's a tiny little piece of plastic on either side. That is the only thing securing this, so it just feels good for now, but I'm not sure how long this will last, just because they're very flimsily secured. Same kind of a deal with our sleep wake button. The only way to attach is by this little tiny piece of plastic up here. There is no attachment on the bottom or anything, which makes the buttons more clicky. However, it also makes it so they're going to wear out sooner. The overall protection of this case is not bad. It adds quite a bit of length to the bottom, so if you were to drop it or something, it would mostly be absorbed within this part rather than hitting your phone. Same with the top of the phone. All corners are covered. It's kind of a soft feeling hard plastic, so you won't really have any problems with dropping it and it breaking from any reasonable height. It adds a pretty decent amount of protection. However, it's not like the rubber corners or anything like that. It's just kind of a hard plastic, but it will do a decent job in protecting your phone. One thing that I'm not sure was such a good idea is the back of the phone up here can get scratched really easily, just because they have this entire piece cut out up here. One thing that this does is makes the case actually possible to get off of your phone. Otherwise, I think if this piece was closed, it would be actually impossible to get off of your phone without totally destroying the case. So that is good that this piece is cut out, but it is not good at the same time because this piece is all open and you can easily scratch your phone if something were to hit in just that right spot or something, like a key in your pocket or something like that. So I don't know that if this is a good thing that it's all cut out up here. However, it's the kind of design, and if you like that design and don't mind your phone possibly getting scratched up here, then it's not necessarily a bad thing. Because of this whole open piece up here, we do have a perfect cutout for our camera, microphone, and flash, just because there's nothing even kind of obstructing it, because this whole piece is open up here. So you will take very good pictures with this case on, and it's just like if you didn't have a case on at all, which is very nice. Then here we have a nice little ZeroLemon logo, and one thing that I have noticed while using this case is that oil from your hands and stuff shows up very easily on the back of this case. It's not like so much fingerprints as it is just oil and grease and kind of the stuff that's normally on your hands sticks to this case pretty well, and it looks kind of gross unless you clean it pretty well. So anyway, down here we have a ZeroLemon logo that feels pretty good, doesn't feel like it's going to scratch off or anything. Then we have a little power button. What I've seen on every other battery case is that you push this button and it shows up indicating how much charge is left. That is not something you can do on this case. This button does nothing if you just push it. However, if you hold it down, it will show you how much charge is left and start charging your phone. So I wish they would have incorporated just one simple tap and it shows the charge remaining. However, you do have to hold it down in order to see the charge and start charging your phone. So if you just want to see how much power is left in the case, you have to start charging your phone and then hold it down again to stop charging your phone, which I personally don't like. As for the actual charges that I've gotten out of this case, I charge my phone from 0 to 100% and then from 0 to about 45%. So just at about 1.5 times. The iPhone 6 has a 1800 mAh battery, and this is a 3100 mAh case. So you should be able to charge your phone about 1.7 times. However, there is charging inefficiencies and all of that stuff. So getting 1.5 times really isn't very bad. I'm pretty impressed with this case. It charges about as much as it should, and there's nothing much more to say. Some cases have a lot less than they say. This one has about what it says, just because of charging inefficiencies and all of that. While charging your phone with this case, it does get very warm, however not warm to the point where it's uncomfortable. I've used some cases that you like actually feel it in your pocket and it just kind of burns and you like want to take it out of your pocket and turn your phone off or something because you feel like it's getting really, really hot. This case gets warm. It's definitely warm and noticeable, but it's not to the point where it's uncomfortable. So I think that is pretty much everything. This has been my review of the 3100 mAh battery case for the Apple iPhone 6 from ZeroLemon, as I said in the beginning of the video. If you guys, of course, enjoyed this video, then a like rating is always appreciated. If you felt there's something I could do better, felt like there was something I missed, have a question, comment, concern, anything like that, feel free to leave it in the comment section. I reply to 90% of comments unless you're just trolling or something like that. But anyway, if you dislike the video, go ahead and tell me why, because I want to always improve my videos and all of that. And yeah, if you guys are interested in more reviews similar to this one, then feel free to subscribe. This has been Jordan for Jolt Reviews. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next review.